SkullFace Records Radio presents Nic'ed.
What a fancy little name for this new segment.
Nic'ed.
We were thinking of how we were going to come up with this. We were like, handpicked. Here comes Austin out the door.
No, Nic'ed.
Today we're going to go look outside of SkullFace Records. We're going to bring out some hits we like from all around the world, man.
Nic'ed.
It ain't hand-nicked unless I pick a whole bunch of songs, right?
SkullFace Records Radio presents.
It is time to show the diversity that is a thirst in me. When you're listening to hand-nicked, you're not going to know what kind of genre you're going to listen to. I'm into a little bit of everything. Like I said, if it's a good song, it's a good song. I don't like to put a label on it. I don't like to put a stamp on it.
Nic'ed.
Live in the studio, we are doing hand-nicked. We got the green lights going. We got the online, on live. We are here, motherfuckers, getting it in. I got DJ Slim behind me. What's going on, DJ
What's
Slim?
happening, Nick?
And all week long, we've had a guest in this studio.
We have?
Haunting it.
And if anyone came around here at night and got shot at, beat up, or put in handcuffs, it's probably because of this guy.
Neither confirm nor deny such reports.
And you may still be tied up in the cabin behind the studio. This is in the studio. How you doing?
Quite well, thank you for asking. I'm just finishing up from the Blue Room, where
Yes.
I created another succulent treat for the SkullFace Records.
This has been in the studio. He's brought it to the page. He did a video. He caught me playing some tunes over in the corner. He made a rad ass video for me that you could find on YouTube. And today he was in the back, and exclusively he created some new music right here in SkullFace Records Studio, which is pretty neat.
That's phenomenal.
That's the first SkullFace Records SkullFace Records release that I have had.
Yeah,
that I've recorded in the studio.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure having you in the studio.
Oh, I've been glad to be here.
It's been awesome, man. I was like, hey, man, you want to go do this or do that? He's like, kind of like studio.
Yeah.
Kind of like hanging out in the studio and getting, which we know. We spend a lot of hours in here. I was just telling Slim, man, we're normally behind these mics a lot more than we have been this past week.
Yes.
We are normally just glued to the mics,
Getting it
show
in.
after show. But I'm glad to be here tonight with you guys, man, getting to do hand-nicked. We're going to play a lot of cool-ass tunes, man. We're on the Halloween Eve. It's going to be a fun-ass night. This first song that we're going to play tonight, Slim, is the number one rated via the views on YouTube for 2020.
Cool. What is it?
It's Next to Nothing. And I'm not going to tell you the name of it because you should know who's number one. We've played it in the studio several times. It's the first song me and Austin Skeen, when we actually started recording music, when we were still at the studios back at the house out 392. We started playing all the tunes out there. This was one of the first ones we started playing. It's fitting. It's called Graveyard. A lot of different things was, this song's mutated. If you heard this song, same title, same words, same chords 8 years ago, it was played a lot different. You know how songs can mutate, man, and this one has mutated into a monster, and it's one of my favorite songs and one of the most proud things I've been of. This is Next to Nothing. This is Graveyard. SkullFace Records Radio.
The midst of the happiest people, so much is rearranged, and hope doesn't grow for fear of changes, but the hell in my head becomes deranged. Continue to try to invade my walls, stronger and stronger I'll rebuild them all. Grip and watch you fall in a world that won't let me go. But I'm exhausted, hope I tossed it. You just watched this as I lost grip. You said, look, adorable you are. I said, surprise, welcome to your graveyard. Welcome to your graveyard. Never trust the ones that said no for plain. terribly shameless is my brain. But just you'll be wet when it starts to rain. Backward circles, please explain. I see that I made it to the bottom of your list today. So you've made your bed and I tied up your lane. Just as always, necessary ways to play in a world that won't let me go. Won't let me go. It won't let me go. Won't let me go. I'm exhausted, hope I tossed it. You just watch this as I lost grip. You said, look how adorable you are. A sense of surprise. Welcome to your graveyard. Welcome to your graveyard. In the midst of the happiest people, so much is rearranged. In hopes of growth or fear of changes. But the hell in my head becomes deranged.
We have to do a quick little interview, and I have to ask the questions that we have been wanting because we haven't had you in the studio a long time.
No.
I know that you were talking about how I was saying the Graveyard had evolved into so many different styles. You were talking about how a couple songs you've been recording lately have did kind of the same things, correct?
Absolutely. Well, even going back to the one that we're premiering tonight, Romance for Guitar, that started out a lot different than the final product. And even within the recording of the album, you're speaking of mutating, Feast of Pestilence, which I wrote years ago, mutated into a completely different sounding song.
Oh, wow.
It was always intended as a black metal song, but it was more of a thrash influence. So it evolved to something a little bit more complex, which I think worked out better.
Yeah.
Feast of Pestilence the same way.
It's rare that you'll see one that digresses.
Yeah.
You know? That's a real rare thing, maybe.
You say that, but the title track, Long Knives and Bloody Trails, riff on that was far more complex when I
And then you
kind of
broke it down and simplified it,
and I simplified it a bit.
Wow.
And then I just let the lead carry the complications.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
You have you just released, not just, a few months back, the EP.
Yes, Eastern Nightmares.
Eastern Nightmares, which we're actually going to hear that track later on this evening.
Very nice.
You have a LP coming out.
Yes.
You want to talk about that a little bit?
I would love to talk about that. Long Knives and Bloody Trails is a salute to the pioneers and the natives and the Clash. The principal idea behind Cannibalistic Death Cult is discuss everything, endorse nothing.
Oh, gotcha. That's pretty cool.
Pretty much every Kentuckian has some Choctaw or Chippewa or Cherokee in them. There is this marriage of violence and cohabitation that happened in the early days of Kentucky that James Fenimore Cooper explored a lot in Last of the Mohicans, for instance,
Gotcha.
where the societies met and one hadn't gained quite the foothold over the other. So just discussing that without making any assessment whether it's good or bad.
Oh, well, that's
Just talk about it.
that had to have been odd. Could you imagine? You know, could you imagine being a settler?
Well,
That whole lifestyle,
Yeah.
I guess being in it, you wouldn't be as,
well, it was
drawn.
either that or debt slavery.
Yeah, right.
You know, those were the choices
There wasn't no options.
that they had when they came here. So
that's what, like, as a parent, you had to enthrall that in your kid.
Yeah.
How weird's that? Like, as soon as they could, like, probably pick up something, like, hey, help us pick this up.
Yeah,
Let's go.
absolutely.
Let's do this.
you'd have more kids to have more hands around the farm.
Right?
You know.
Isn't that nuts?
Well,
'Cause, like, just with my grandparents,
Yeah.
he had, like, 12, 13 brothers and sisters.
Oh, yes. They
You
all
don't
had
see that-
jobs.
Yeah, you don't see that no more.
Well, you don't need it.
Yeah.
But I do wish that intelligent people would breed more and stupid people would breed less.
Hey,
because Turbo Thought is the one with the 6 kids, and you know, the valedictorian from your high school class is an incel and doesn't have any kids. So
That's funny, man.
But I explored on this album a lot more lyrical themes. I had focused a lot more on the instrumentation with the first albums. I traveled for work, so going in the desert of Satan. When you're living in hotels, the cops are going to come and they're going to have questions that I don't want to answer.
Yeah, the lady next door in the room is like, and this is probably taking place super late.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, 11:30, 12 o'clock.
On a Saturday.
Yeah, somebody's trying to just, get eased in because they're out of town, got a work conference in the morning. And then all of a sudden they just hear the growls and the fucking horror. Cannibalistic death cult, motherfuckers.
I did a lot of, and you followed in the beginning when I was releasing stuff. I would just release just demo after demo of just instrumental stuff. Some of that has come full circle. Devil's Lettuce has been out for a while, but it's not been on a recording yet. So we remastered it, put it back down, got rid of some of the more demo-y aspects of it. But pretty much everything else had been wrote in 2020. I mean, this is really if Eastern Nightmares.
Also, everything on your new LP has been written during 2020.
With the exception of Devil's Lettuce.
Okay.
That's my only back catalog song.
That's kind of a theme of a lot of people, man. It seems like musicians are one of the few, maybe, that have thrived.
Yeah.
Maybe not financially.
No, certainly not.
But mentally and focus-wise.
Yeah.
It seems like a lot of musicians has used 2020 to be able to jump out of a shell or to take the opportunity to kind of zone in on some kind of thing they had.
Well, you don't have the temptation to go to the bar because the bar is fucking closed. You don't have the temptation to go to a concert and hear other people play.
Yep.
And if you need music to survive like me, like you,
yes.
you're going to pick up a guitar and start playing because I need to hear some music.
Yeah, nonstop.
Yeah. So
I agree.
I totally agree with that. And being a musician is a lot like being an athlete. You always have to be honing your craft.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Always.
Yeah. To me, I can't hardly go a moment without trying to think about what I can do for someone or I've kind of got out of making my own shit for all year. I've been thinking about how I can make everyone else better.
Yeah.
And that's been my obsession.
Yeah.
For at least the last 4 or 5 months. But to talk about how when you're focused, things happen. You got an album coming out.
Yep.
Cannibalistic Death Cult. Ryan the Lion's got an EP being recorded. The Right Anxiety's got an EP being recorded. Davica Maddox is starting to come into the studio next week to get her EP recorded. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's what Focus is about.
Yeah, absolutely. And even the other stuff on the label might not be my style. There are absolutely exceptions to that statement. Valanian, Negative 77, some of the more traditional metal stuff that you have. But it's not all my thing, which I appreciate. But just seeing the volume that's coming out of Dan Bowen, that's coming out of Chaos, it makes me...
I forgot about Dan Bowen.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It makes me want to step my game up just because I'm like, they've got jobs and kids too.
Yeah.
And I can't let folk artists overcome black metal. What would Satan think?
Yeah, man.
My ancestors would weep in Valhalla.
That's kind of how I think too, because I forgot about another one, dude. I got a group of fellas together, man. We just formed a band. We're called Next to Nothing, and I forgot about that shit. So there's so much fucking shit going on, man.
Isn't there another band being formed behind Dan Bowen too?
Oh, what's that?
Dan Bowen and the Winchester Swamp Water.
Is that what we're going? I don't think we've came up with the name
Dan
yet.
Bowen and Swamp Water.
Dan's going to be up here this week, though, man, and we're going to be getting everything kind of sorted out. So we'll get all the name stuff back out to you guys probably within the next week or so, I would say. I'm sure once we get together, we'll figure it out. I'm going to try to get him down here like Tuesday.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, not Tuesday, like Monday or Sunday.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking about, because my original was Tuesday, and I was like, oh, you're going to be out here Tuesday, so I was thinking maybe Sunday or Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Have him down here. Because Slim can operate the tables, and I can tell him which way to turn the knobs, and
that'd be fun, man.
We get some good shit
That'd be
out of Dan
fucking
Bowen,
fun, man.
I would absolutely fucking love to have an old analog board over here with like the old pots.
Oh, well, that's what Ronnie Kenner's got, man.
Yeah.
That's what he records with. You just have to get him to bring some stuff
I
up.
record black metal because I don't have to worry about all the EQ shit.
Right?
I just got to make sure my levels are right.
I mentioned something to our resident alien Austin Skeen about analog.
Oh, he hates it, don't he?
No. He absolutely loves analog and wishes we were analog.
So we maybe need to get Ronnie's stuff up in here a little bit more than
Yes,
that's
do
what
it.
he does. That'd be fun to
Spring
me.
it.
Especially for the style of music they're recording. for me, digital works better for a lot of hip hop, for a lot of experimental, even punk. Digital works better because you don't get the tape hiss that you get off of analog.
Yep.
So with as polished as that is coming out, like I had video footage of it on that shitty camera and it sounded decent.
Yeah.
Having that would just take it up to an absolute another level.
I agree, man. I can't fight with that. This is the Halloween Eve show, guys.
The Halloweenie show.
I'm trying the Halloweenie show. So I'm trying to play some music, man, that kind of sets the mood, I suppose, a little bit. It might not go all the way through it, but at least that's my mind frame right now. This next band, man, is amazing. Their guitar player I've known for years. His name is Mike Watkins. He's a gypsy, man, when it comes to the guitar, dude. He's amazing. He's always been kind of a step ahead of everybody when it comes to the leads and stuff. And he really found an awesome ass band with this Pale Walker that he's got, man. They're, you've heard them. We've played them several times here on the radio station, man, and people's came in, and a lot of times when this is playing, that's what people are like, who's this now? Oh, sweet, Pale Walker. So, ladies and gentlemen, man, we appreciate you guys tuning in. We got Lord Thaddeus in here. We got DJ Slim. You guys are listening to Hand Nick. This is Pale Walker. This song is called Effigy. SkullFace Records Radio.
Between the dark and all the dead, we are the future of our
Walker, man. What a badass band. I don't think they've put out a full record either. They got like a 5-song EP that they sent to me. It's solid all the way
I'm
through.
gonna have to pick that up, man.
Dude, it's like it's like really, really good metal. And dude like sounds he's not trying to mimic Ozzy.
Yeah.
But he's just got a natural
he's got
voice that makes you sound like it, right, Slim?
Yeah, he's got like an Ozzy Sabbath sound when I hear it.
Yeah.
For sure.
For sure, man. He's a badass dude, man.
If Ozzy Osbourne and Phil from Pantera
There you go.
had a mutated love child, like if we could take their DNA and make
Yeah,
a
right.
test tube baby, that would be Pale Walker. That was fucking awesome.
Yeah, dude, they're a badass band. I hope we can. I think the last couple of nights, man, we have played a few songs that you haven't heard.
Yeah.
So I like that, man. I like bringing guys in here, man, to check out some tunes, man, and that they really enjoy. You know what I'm saying? It's cool to let people hear different stuff,
Yeah.
but when it really tunes into the songs that you've never heard before, and that now you got a new fan,
Yeah.
now you got somebody else that that's gonna want to know what's going on with the record. Where are you playing? What are they
Tickles
doing?
their ear hair.
Yeah, it tickles that ear hair. That sounds nasty.
It does sound nasty, but wait till you hit 40, boys.
So we got Lord Thaddeus, man, live in the studio. We've discussed the EP.
Yes.
We've discussed the LP that's coming out very soon.
Yes.
Within days.
Dios los muertos.
I may be a fortune teller, or you might just have told me when we was on break, but you have something beyond that
Yeah.
going on, correct?
Already got the next record planned.
Elaborate.
The file that I just sent you is a song from the next album.
Oh, gotcha.
The next album is going to be pure instrumentals.
I gotcha.
I'm getting it out of my system. The record after that will be, every track will be a vocal track.
Oh, wow.
So I'm just going to get this out of my system, do my Yngwie Malmsteen ego jack-off shit,
yeah.
and be done with
People
it.
got to do that, man. If they got the itch for a certain thing, especially musicians, man, they got to get it out.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just, and if it doesn't, it just kind of, it becomes like a little thing that just eats at you and eats
Yeah.
at you until you can scratch that fucking,
I have an itch. I've had one for a while.
you got to go to the doctor for that, Slim.
No.
I'm going to take you to
That's not the
Thailand with
kind
me,
of
buddy.
itch.
That's
Ah, yeah, you need to go to Thailand for that.
Thailand.
It only costs $20.
You ain't got to worry about it.
But no, seriously, like I've had
Pow
the
will
itch.
scratch that itch for you.
I want to put out an album of covers, like
Oh,
covers
yeah.
that I enjoy playing.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
And call it Under the Covers.
Fuck it. And man, we can put out albums that we don't have to sell. Like, we can make an album just for us.
Yeah.
And I can still get it published and all that stuff, and we can bring it back. But as long as we don't sell it, we can have that for ourselves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So we
absolutely.
could do that if you wanted to do that.
Yeah.
That sounds fun.
That would be fun.
You know
dude.
what else starts? 2 days.
2 days?
2 days, guys. 2 motherfucking days. You guys are in for a treat. We're going to have all of the SkullFace Records musicians from all over the globe coming to the studio individually from now until Christmas,
Doing Christmas songs.
doing their favorite Christmas
a very
tune.
Corona Christmas.
A very Corona Christmas for right here at SkullFace Records Radio. It's going to be fun, man. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be different. We're going to do it the way that we do it. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that everybody can look forward to over this holiday season, baby.
I'm looking forward to, I can play bass now. I'm looking forward to learning how to record bass.
Ooh, how about that?
That's something that I've never done before.
That'd be fun, man. There's so many other things going on. We have a couple of artists coming in this next week that I can't really talk about yet, but they're kind of debuting their stuff. They're not new musicians, but they're going to be new to SkullFace. And one guy that's coming in is a singer-songwriter who does all of his own instruments too.
What?
So that kind of thing, you know how that gets me, man.
Austin Skeen?
Basically, I think this guy's got a little bit of age on Austin Skeen, but he might have a little bit of soul because of life. He's lived life. But I'm really, really interested in all this different stuff that's going to be going on, man. Beyond that, Slim. Beyond all of that,
Beyond it.
November 6th.
No, I'm looking forward to November 6th.
Holy shit, dude. November 6th.
I'm guaranteeing, I will go ahead and call this right now, Nick. I guarantee that November 6th will be the Sin City Live that completely fucking drains us.
Sin City 4. It's going to be crazy,
Yes.
dude. It's got Brian Himes.
How I love life's magic under the sun. I love life's magic under
The possibilities of one of his buddies, he might have a guest buddy with him, but Brian Himes for sure. Matt Green.
Looks like it's gonna rain forever. It's raining down on your parade.
Will be live in the studio. He's amazing.
Yes.
Amazing. Singer-songwriter. Brilliant. Trudy Sosby Rose.
Hey, 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 watch me go. Watch me go.
She came in for episode 1. I fucked it up. I'll take blame for that. I fucked it up, didn't record shit right. It happens. We're going to get her back in, man, and she's going to perform just like she always does, man. She always puts on a good show. She always sounds great. We're going to get her video in.
Speaking of which,
you just called Trudy a witch?
no. What I was going to say was that Trudy has been a road warrior, man.
Yeah, all over Cynthiana and Paris. Maybe Georgetown a couple times.
Yeah.
She's been playing everywhere.
Yeah.
She's been playing everywhere,
I think
man.
she even played in Frankfurt.
And that's what you got to do.
Yeah.
It's fun, man. I'm kind of jealous of it. I haven't been out and about like that. We've been busy in the studio though.
We have been.
And then Sin City 4.
I love the Sin Cities, man, because it kind of reminds me of being out, except for everybody loves each other, and we know that, there's not going to be any problems.
Yeah,
and,
man. The last performance though, the headliner, next to nothing.
Sense of past. Welcome to your graveyard. Welcome to your graveyard.
It'll be the first time we actually get together and play live for something as a band.
And of course, it has to be on the Friday I'm not here.
Oh,
Saying.
you can
Just
tune
saying.
in live for that, Lord Thaddeus.
I've been recording my own shit, man.
I'm going to take a smoke break, man, and I'm going to shout out to somebody that's really important to my boy Slim, man. This is his Papa's band. We've thought about using the Royal Gestures as a side band for ourselves. We've been flirting with the idea of redoing all of your father's songs.
Yeah, and before my dad was in King James and the Royal Jesters, he was in a band called the Rhythm Kings.
The Rhythm King.
I love that fucking name.
I want to be a Rhythm King.
Right, me
Dan
too.
Bowen and the Cynthiana Rhythm King.
Well, we thought Dan Bowen and the Rhythm Kings.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dan Bowen and the Rhythm
But if you
Kings.
put the Cynthiana Rhythm Kings,
The Cynthiana.
then you're shouting out to your homies, and
Sin City Kings.
you're not taking the
Sin City Rhythm, Dan Bowen and the Sin City Rhythm Kings.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
Dude,
I felt that one in my balls.
that made my dick wiggle a little bit.
I felt it in my plums. On that one, man, we're going to be listening to King James and the Royal Gestures. This is an awesome song. This is the first song that Slim ever let me hear from his dad, man, and I instantly fell in love with his music. You can find this on the Kentucky's Underground, Volume 2. King James and the Royal Gestures. This song is called Girl. You're listening to SkullFace Records Radio. This is Hand Nicked on Halloween Eve, or Halloween Eve, or Halloween Evening. Halloween.
It's Samhain.
It's
the
Samhain.
pagan festival of the dead.
Motherfuckers! Lord Thaddeus is in the studio. We got DJ Slim. We're going to take a cigarette break. Enjoy the music. We'll be right back.
You
so story time with Slim. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give you a little background on that song. And this is a story that I picked up just hanging around my dad. We were in Point Pleasant one time, and we ended up running into a guy by the name of Toby Greer. And Toby proceeds to tell me that when Dad first recorded that song in 1968, Dad and his band, they basically, Toby proceeds to tell me that that was actually the ballad that was on the flip. The original recording was I Get a Feeling, which I have that too. I'm not going to play it, but not right now anyways, but I will eventually. But anyway, Girl was actually the ballad on the flip that didn't get as much attention as I Get a Feeling. Well, Toby had that 45, and he took it over to Vietnam when he was drafted. And Toby had straight told me that all the soldiers in the tent absolutely loved that song because it reminded them of their girl back home.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, so, you know, when, and I mean, this is Vietnam, you know, it was back in a weird time, man.
Yeah.
And, you know, Lord Thaddeus, I'm sure you know, it was just, I think that song, had it gotten the right publicity,
absolutely,
it would have been fucking huge.
That should have been our parents' prom song.
Oh yeah,
honestly,
yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah,
it's haunting. It's beautiful. It tugs at the heartstrings.
Yeah,
it's got an excellent tone.
I tell you what. There was a guy. There was a website, and this is actually what stemmed the song ending up on YouTube. There was a guy that had a website called GarageHangover.com.
Oh, neat.
Now, this guy, what he does is he collects 45s of garage bands from all around the USA.
That's neat as fuck.
Right.
That's a good hobby.
Yeah. And so what he was doing was he was distributing a little information about every 45 that he had. And Dad and I, now this is when Google first came out, y'all. This dates me a little bit.
Like 98?
Like, yeah, 98 to 2002. You know, when you typed in things in Google, and it took 20 minutes for the page to pull up.
Oh man, I already rubbed one out by the time I got to see it.
You ended up using your imagination at that point.
Exactly.
The kids today don't know the struggle.
Right.
They don't
The
get
struggle that we were passengers on the struggle bus when we were your age kids. But anyway, Dad was telling me, he was like, man, I had this old band back in 1968 and I recorded this album, and the name of the band I think was called King James and the Royal Jesters. And I'm like, Dad, how the hell do you remember that? You know, I mean, because he was almost, well, he was in his 50s at the time. And he was just like, well, son, you never forget music.
Oh, yeah.
You know, especially when you're the one that's living it and recording it and doing everything that's involved with it.
Yeah.
So, you know, we Googled it, found Garage Hangover, and I was like, hey, man, Dad's alive at this point.
Yeah.
I was like, you know, Dad recorded this song. He sang the lead on it. That dude described my dad's lyrics as lethargic.
Ooh.
What a dick.
Yeah. And I was just kind of like,
To get you? Were you like, fuck you?
Well, no. I was like, let me reach out to this guy. Because Dad was alive at the time and wanted to hear it. So I'm like, man, is there any way that you can put that recording like to an MP3? Like maybe hook your 45 up to your laptop, or you know, hook your turntable up to your laptop and maybe play the 45 and record it. He was like, yeah, man, I can do that. Dude, 2 days later, Girl and I Get a Feeling were online.
It's awesome.
And when we heard it, I just could not believe, shortly after we heard it, we ran into Toby Greer in Point Pleasant.
Oh, wow.
And Toby told the story about how all the soldiers in the platoon just loved it.
Well, being in the military, that kind of camaraderie. I'll tell you one thing that was odd about being in the military. I started to miss pop music. Like, I'd get excited when I'd come home and there'd be a new Kesha song out.
Oh wow!
And I fucking hate Kesha.
That's hilarious.
Wow.
I really honestly wish he'd get hit by a fucking bus, but it was like, goddamn, I've listened to the same Dark Throne record for like 15 fucking times, or like fucking 5 months.
Yeah.
Wow, it's a shitty pop song. Yay!
I kissed a girl and I liked it. The taste of her cherry chapstick.
What?
But I would almost piss on that guy's grave if he hadn't got that back to you in 2 days in early aughts internet speed time. Lethargic.
Hey, you know what?
How can you describe something soulful as lethargic?
Man, I don't know.
That might have just been his word of the week.
Yeah, it might have.
He must have been a ginger.
You know,
he ain't got no soul.
You know what, though? I currently have the money to message that guy.
Oh, and try to get your 45
and
down
get
here?
that 45 to fucking Kentucky,
That'd be cool, man. Put that bitch on the wall in a frame.
Yes.
Be nice, dude.
Absolutely.
So, your dad making music, 30 years ago, 40 years ago?
Yeah.
And then we have Ryan Lochner making music just this past week.
Yes.
What do they both have in common?
Well, they've both got a Thevenin placed on them somewhere.
Isn't that hilarious? the way that your dad's being intertwined with SkullFace Records Radio.
Yeah, man.
And the bands that has to do here, man, it's pretty cool, man. It's pretty neat,
awesome.
man.
Are
I
you kidding me?
cannot wait any longer. I've been wanting to hear this song all day, and I've been busy. Ryan Lochner, man, I've already told the story, man. If you guys heard the beginning of it, we talked about Sin City and his performance. It blew us away. Slim actually got to produce a little bit, man. He mixed and mastered a track for Ryan.
Thank you, Lord Thaddeus, for your help.
Absolutely.
He said he wanted the track to sound haunting, and I said, I'm Lord Fucking Thaddeus, man.
So this
king
was
of fucking
co-produced. So
haunting.
this was co-produced by Lord Thaddeus,
Yes.
and DJ Slim.
Right.
The video was made by DJ Slim just 2 nights ago. It was unreal. We had so much different shit going on in the studio at one time. It was hard to keep up with. But this is Ryan Lochner with his newest single that you can find on YouTube, SkullFace Records. This is called Ghost. SkullFace Records Radio, hand nicked.
Actions we take and the choices we make can always be mistakes. Oh, we take our path and roll the dice and let the pieces fall where they may. Oh, the doors are shut and windows locked. Oh, the walls will all just cave from one's desire, bathed in fire. Is on the ghost is near. He'll chase you through the atmosphere. Oh, no harm can come to you, my dear, as he softly whispers in your ear, and he'll say, I'll be your blanket in the cold winter's day. I'll be your blanket in the cold winter's day. Came across a gypsy song and grabbed his soul and strung him along. He knew that he was stuck until the stars grew cold. Oh, he clawed his way back to this world, all because he loved this girl, and with her he swore that he would always be. Now by his side she'll always feel the warmth of his more than a heart that has grown stronger than a tempered steel. Oh, the haunt is on, the ghost is near. Oh, it'll chase you through the atmosphere. Oh, no harm can come to you, my dear, as he softly whispers in your ear, and he'll say, I'll be your blanket in the cold winter's air. I'll be your blanket in the cold winter's air. I'll be your blanket in the cold winter's air. I'll be your blanket in the cold winter's air.
Ryan gets me every time now. He's I love playing music with him, man, but sometimes I just like to sit back and watch him play without having to be a part of it, just so I can experience it.
I wish that I had the other track ready for you, the surprise track.
Oh yeah, the one for him.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe we'll get to listen to that sometime soon though.
Yeah.
I'll be excited about it just as much then as I would be now.
Yeah, I know.
It's funny, man. Dude, so one thing we're proud of, man, that we released this week and that came out finally, the Kentucky's Underground Volume 5. I got to listen to it a few times. I got my copy in, and what I do is I get my copies and I roll around and listen to my CD player. And dude, it fucking rocks.
It slaps.
Dude,
Every track.
It slaps hard. It's fun as fuck, man. One of the coolest things about it is the diversity on the CD.
Yeah.
That's what I try to bring. I like to have a vibe, but within that vibe, I want it to be diverse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I've had people ask me, why are you not on a straight metal label?
Uh-huh.
And one is because I'm not that good. But the other reason is because it exposes me to more people. And black metal is a niche thing to some degree, and it's very cultish. So to be able to get at people that maybe listen to thrash metal that haven't been exposed to black metal yet.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm with the wrong crowd. I don't think I'm with the wrong audience. It's just they haven't had a chance to pick up a Mayhem record. So, okay, Cannibalistic Death Cult. Let's
You've
check it out.
added a lot of fans, though, via us, man.
Yeah.
Tons and tons of people, man, have been like, who's that? What's going on there?
Yeah.
Been interested in your videos as they come out. What I've always said is that your videos really add an aspect of your song.
Yeah.
If you hear the song by itself, maybe you don't understand it at first.
Yeah.
But if you get the concept of the video, it's kind of like it goes hand in hand with each
Yeah,
other, which is
absolutely.
really fucking neat. I know we've talked about doing watch parties.
Yeah.
For your albums.
Yeah.
Just because they're so interesting.
Oh,
I think that would be a really
that would
fun
be
show
cool.
at some time, man.
I think the next, besides the instrumental, before I do the next vocal record, I think I'm going to try to do a DVD.
Oh yeah.
Because, black metal is a visual musical form, and
Yeah.
Cannibalistic Death Cult to a degree is a visual act.
Yeah.
Which is why I think the videos do add something. It's fun when it's something like Devil's Lettuce or even Eastern Nightmares, where I have something that's related to the topic. But it's also interesting when I have something like No Resurrection, which is about the obsolescence of Christian values and its nuclear test footage.
There you go, right?
So
Yeah, it brings it both ways,
Yeah.
man. It brings it both ways. While I'm thinking about it, one of my best friends, man, when I was a kid, we're in the same kindergarten. picture. And he's in an awesome band out of Lexington called Driftwood Gypsy. But I'm going to shout out Derek Odom real quick because it's his birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
And I'm going to tell Derek
Derek.
Odom a very happy birthday from myself and from SkullFace Records Radio.
And Lord Thaddeus wishes death swiftly upon your enemies.
Derek would be like, oh man, forget that. He'd be like, everybody deserves to be happy. Derek's one of the, he's a good spirit, man. I haven't, we didn't hang out a lot after high school and stuff, man. We just seen each other periodically, and every time we interact with each other, he puts a smile on my face, and I think a lot of times that's his goal, is to put smiles on people's faces, and he does that a whole lot, man. His music's awesome, and he's achieved a lot.
Well, it's funny because I'm a really negative person, but I don't like other negative people.
You want to do it all yourself.
I'll be in a group of people and somebody start acting like an asshole. I'll be like, I'm sorry, the position of asshole is filled, and I'm a lot better at it than you. So why don't you fuck off?
That's
or
hilarious.
just be nice.
So this next band leads off the Kentucky's Underground Volume 5. But the funny thing is, when we were doing the back, he hit me up and was like, hey, I don't want to use that name no more, the band name. So we won't mention it. We have mentioned it in prior shows, but now we know, and no one's half the battle. So we didn't switch it. And then when he sent me the new band name, it was a symbol.
Hey, wait a minute. Isn't the band name...
Guess we...
We call it.
What's wrong with our microphones? Why can't we get this band name out? Oh, man.
But the name of the song and the song itself, if I did like a top 10 of my own, like what I like, my favorite songs of 2020, this one has to be in the top 3 right now for sure. If not number 1, at least in the top 3.
I would say number 3. You've got 2 other songs that are
Really, really good.
favorite.
But this one's by the band, and the song is called Worthless. And if you guys haven't heard it, man, turn it up really loud, turn it up really, really loud, because this is a great song, dude. This is an amazing ass song.
If you like rock and roll, give it a listen.
You're listening to SkullFace Records Radio. Let's say it, Nick. We got Lord Thaddeus, we got DJ Slam, we got myself in here.
was the band, and the song's called Worthless. SkullFace Records Radio, DJ Slim. I'm interviewing. What am I thinking? I'm introducing the next song, and the next song is by a very cool artist that is affiliated with SkullFace Records Radio. They call themselves Valenian, and the song is called System 7, and you are listening to SkullFace Records Radio.
I'm just kidding. Just play the song.
Consuming the void, let the system
back in the studio, man. We are doing Hand Nicked Halloween Eve. We have Lord Thaddeus live in the studio. We have DJ Slim, as always, behind us, spinning the records for us, man. We're having a good night tonight, man. We have the green lights on. It's been a busy, hectic type thing, but I think, like the workers have already succeeded. They've already put in their work. They built the walls. The plumbing's already came in and put in the pipes. The electricians already came in and put in the wires. There's carpet laid. The furniture's in the house. All we have to do is just go in and live, and it's over. And we'll get on through it. That's me trying to talk my nerves out of tomorrow.
You're going to do fine.
Yeah, so are you.
It's going to go. I actually expressed a little bit of concern to my wife, the Jade Empress, earlier. It's like, I'm a little nervous. There's a bunch of people there.
Yeah.
If I fumble my words, if I sound like an idiot, if I'm not loud enough, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And then
Slim's gonna get his ass kicked before the wedding hits.
that was a good way of saying you're running the fuck on, Lord Thaddeus. Please shut the fuck up.
Did you see me though? No, did you see me? I was like,
You should have said him. He almost popped.
Your eyes popped out like a Vietnam veteran when they hear helicopter blades. Visions of the Mekong Delta were flashing in your mind.
It's going to be amazing, man. I felt the emotion and I was, me, man. When I get around everybody, I try to make everything easier.
Yeah.
I try to make a little bit of a joke here. I try to make a little bit of a comment here to make things easier. And, when you were saying, when we were practicing, fuck, man, the emotions filled the air pretty quick.
Yeah.
Pretty quick and pretty easy.
I saw some tears. But everything went on without a hitch.
Yeah, it went perfect. It went smooth. It went smooth and everything looks cool, man. Everything's set up. It's going to be a good time. But we are tuning in to Hand Nicked Halloween Eve, and we're listening to music, picking out some things some songs we want to listen to before Halloween hits here in about an hour and 8 minutes. Hour and 8 minutes or 2 hours and 8 minutes?
Halloweenie edition.
2 hours and 8 minutes. We got Halloweenie live here. What are we going to do for Halloween? I wonder if we'll have trick-or-treaters as soon as midnight hits. Maybe somebody will come throw a bitch in the yard. And then we'll have to give her
ready to say that.
Yeah, and then we'll have to give her candy to get her out of the yard or something possibly.
Hi, honey. Yeah, you're all musicians.
She wants shoes.
I used to follow the Doors. I knew Jim Morrison.
Yeah,
I ran into a few.
You want to know me? I knew Jimmy Page. He
And
probably doesn't remember
The
me.
thing is, probably all of them are still hyper off energy drinks because everybody got their check today, right, Slim?
Oh my God, dude!
It was first of the month.
First of the month. Because the first of the month falls on a Sunday, so the government says, "Here, we're going to throw you a fucking bone," and gives you your check
Happy
on
Halloween.
Friday.
Happy Halloween,
Yeah.
2020.
Well, they're hoping that everybody's hungover from Halloween, so when the election happens, they'll all be asleep and they won't be able to go out and riot.
That's the truth, though, man.
Multe que regnum.
So guess what we have coming up next?
I know exactly what we have coming up next.
Cannibalistic Death Cult.
Yes.
This is off of the 5-song EP, Eastern Nightmares. This song is called Eastern Nightmares. You're listening to SkullFace Records Radio, Hand Nick, Lord Thaddeus live in the studio. It's DJ Slim behind me.
Yeah.
Y'all know me, I'm Nick. We got the green lights going on, man. We're having a good time tonight. We'll be right back.
We're hanging out with our friends doing hood rat shit.
Doing hood rat shit.
May the gods of the north
All night
rain
long.
wealth upon you.
Doing hood rat shit. 222 views.
Awesome.
No accounting for taste.
That's pretty good, man. That's
needs
not
to
your
get up.
highest one. I like to do like a total of how many views you have total at the end of the year.
Yeah.
And that's going to be pretty interesting because a lot of your stuff, a couple of them's got a couple over like 400. I know your things before the Sin City live took over the countdown this past week. You had 3 weeks in a row where you had 2 or more songs on the countdown.
Yeah.
Which was pretty interesting.
And one was featured in the only 666 we've ever had.
Yeah. Isn't that weird?
Obviously, tennis. Yeah, of course, I'm going to be in the 666. Yeah, that one I did with Wormhole, it really opened up a lot of. I was out in, shout out to Oahu and everybody out in Honolulu. Wormhole and I worked together.
And that's where he was from, correct?
Yeah. Immediately clicked and friendship blossomed into a professional collaboration. He sent me that beat and Flowers of Darkness. I think it's one of my best viewed ones. At least because I have my own YouTube page as well. It's my best viewed. Pretty much everyone in Oahu knows Wormhole. So
wow.
they all listen to it just because it had one of his beats on it.
Oh, that's amazing.
And it's one of my more doomy tracks, so it's a little bit more accessible. It's not, I'll say okay, kill a cop, fuck you and me. So,
That's pretty cool, though. Slim, did you happen to grab that email that came through earlier?
I did.
Are we able to do that right now?
Yeah.
We have an exclusive. You just now got to listen to Eastern Nightmares, which is the namesake of the EP, his first EP that he released here this year, 2020, SkullFace Records. We get to listen to exclusive right now. This is off of...
this is hot off the press.
And
This will be on the, not the upcoming album,
but
the instrumental album. The name of that album is going to be called Arcane Instrumentation. The name of the track is Romance for Guitar, number 66.
Romance
6.
on guitar?
Romance for Guitar,
Romance for guitar.
number 666.
Number 666, Cannibalistic Death Cult, exclusive, SkullFace Records Radio.
This is a SkullFace Records Radio exclusive premiere.
That was awesome.
Thanks.
Yeah, that was rad.
Yeah.
I think I've heard you tinkering with that for the last few days, correct?
Yes. That was one of the first songs. I'm going to tell on myself a little bit.
Okay.
This is one of the first songs that I released.
Oh, gotcha.
Cannibalistic Death Cult was not originally conceived as a purely black metal / nu metal band. I was going to do hardcore punk, neoclassical, black metal, punk, and like thrash.
Gotcha.
This was my, I wish I was as good as Steve Vai or Yngwie Malmsteen, but I'm going to try kind of track. I ended up having to do it too slow. It had a great video, but I never was satisfied with the sound.
Oh, gotcha.
And you know, doing lead work, you have a tendency to get redundant.
Yeah.
There was a lot of redundant.
Especially if you stay in the same, if you're stuck in that same box.
Yeah.
You can play 1,000 things that sound as good as you want to, but eventually it's going to sound redundant to you.
Yeah.
Because you can just, if you stay in that same box, man, it's kind of a curse for some people.
Yeah. So speaking of evolution, that was originally about 115. It's gone down to about 48 seconds.
Yeah.
And
it's really, really nice though. It's easy to listen to. It's easy on it. It's interesting.
And that's a bit of a departure from what I've done before, at least what I've released so far under SkullFace, and since I started singing. But it's not gonna all be like that, but there's gonna be a lot more of that on the Arcane Instrumentation records.
Yeah, just expanding.
Yeah. And then I'll go back to screaming about Satan and ancient Norse gods, and everybody can be happy.
So you have got to be in the studio, and you've got to meet a lot of these people that to you probably were just people on YouTube or in your ear, that you've been listening to that's, affiliated with SkullFace Records here. You got to meet a lot of them.
Yeah, well, it was kind of like coming home in a way because
it's weird.
I got in contact with Ronnie Kenner, through my personal. I was like, hey, this is Lord Thaddeus. I really dig your music.
Yeah.
And I'm really flattered because everybody said he dug my music. He said he dug my music. He always liked my videos.
He liked your music more than anybody else does.
Yeah, and I didn't realize
He's
that.
the biggest fan of yours here.
Out of everyone in SkullFace, I'm his biggest fan. Like, he's my favorite SkullFace artist.
Makes sense, though.
So we're both weird. We're both out there. We're both metal influenced and
besides Nick, of course.
Yeah, Nick.
I'm not even an alien. I'm something I don't know.
He's not even from the moon. He is a Martian.
I'm not in the moon. I'm the Martians. Yeah,
and we got to jam together, which was fucking awesome.
Oh yeah, 2 nights ago.
But nobody has come in here without some level of exceptional talent.
Yeah, it still is. We're picky.
Yeah,
like we're a radio station, and you'll have people out there, and they'll be like, "Oh man, I like to come play." Well, it takes more than just a little bit of talent, man. I look deeper than that.
Yeah,
I want people that when they come in, when you meet them, they feel like family to you, and they open up, and that's what, and that you feel comfortable to do it, vice versa.
Absolutely.
I want everybody to be as because when you do that, you produce magic.
Absolutely, and
that's when it happens.
The black metal guy makes a suggestion to the folk rock guy, and the folk rock guy takes it. It's a cool kind of environment because
everybody's open-minded.
Hey, it's not my thing, but why don't you try this?
Well, coming into SkullFace, everybody has to understand that diversity is a thirst in me, and that's our slogan here.
Yeah.
I want to be able to appeal to any style of musicianship that someone wants to excel in.
Yeah.
I want to be able to help.
And that's also just understanding the difference between music and the music business.
Yeah, exactly.
Because if you're building what we're building, and I'd like to say we.
Absolutely.
If you're trying to do what we're trying to accomplish, then you're going to have to look at it on, hey, I might not be into this, but someone else is.
Yeah, exactly.
When I hear Dan Bowen, I know people he's singing the soundtrack to their fucking lives.
Yeah, dude. Dan Bowen will bring a man to his knees with his lyrics.
Absolutely. He's singing about lived experience, and to be so young and to have such a fucking Hank Williams level of lyricism to him too.
Yeah.
I mean, I keep on kissing his ass here, but
dude, you should have been in here when we all played together.
Yeah,
dude, it was a moment. The energy in here just got fucking unreal.
But you have to recognize talent in other fields.
Absolutely.
I showed Chaos to a 14-year-old I know, and she was bobbing her head and getting into it.
Shout out to Chaos, man.
Absolutely. Shout out to Chaos. So it's just amazing the level of talent here, and humbling in a way too.
Yeah, and tomorrow you will meet one of the best musicians that are affiliated with SkullFace Records. You're not going to meet his drummer and one of my buddies, Big Eddie Deck, but Danny Kerr is coming down I-75 tomorrow in costume. Gonna be at the Ross Theater. We'll be partying with us afterwards, and you'll get to meet the heart and soul of Shocker.
Right on.
Dude.
I'm looking forward to it.
He's fun, man. He's not only a fun guy. I just called you a fungus. Just kidding. Just joking.
A fun guy.
Dude, he'll put his strap on anywhere and put on a hell of a show.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something else about Danny, too. He was coined by Kurt Wonderly of Nexus Lives as the Randy Rhodes of Cincinnati.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, he's a bad dude.
Well, I'll say this about Shocker and Valanian too. I had trouble finding when I had the Aura Occultus, because we didn't have as many artists when I was doing it. I had trouble finding guys that I could put on the Aura Occultus that were SkullFace affiliated, because I was keeping it all SkullFace affiliated. So it was Valanian, Cannibalistic Death Cult, and fucking Shocker.
Boom! Yeah.
A little bit of your punkier stuff.
Negative 77
thrown in there too. Some guys that I talked to, Glass Coffin, shout out to them. They gave permission to do a track.
So Shocker, man. While we mentioned them, and I can't go without listening to one of my favorite songs by him. We made a video video. No, we didn't. I reached out to make a video for him, and he said, nah, brother.
He said, I got you.
I got my own video, and his video is bad to the bone, man. He used a whole bunch of stock footage from old horror clips and shit, dude, and it just goes smooth, man. It's an awesome video that Danny Kern made. This is Shocker. The song is called Into the Night. You are listening to SkullFace Records Radio. This is Hand Nicked. Lord Thaddeus is in the studio. DJ Slim is spinning the hits, and I'm just here for the party. Y'all be right back.
Out in the night,
man, Shocker. We cannot wait to get them in studio, man, to be able to play some tunes a little bit more. The last time we had them live that I got to see was at Howlin' at the Moon when they did an acoustic set for us. They told us that they had never did any of the songs really acoustic, I suppose. And Danny brought the 12-string, and Eddie sang into a turned-off mic by accident, and they still rocked the fucking place. I thought it was badass, man.
We got to jam with them a little bit at your bachelor party.
Yeah, that was fun as fuck, man. That's when they actually got to. Yeah, I forgot about that, man. I was singing real loud. You were playing some bass and shit, man. It was a fun night.
They were just over the moon, dude, because they came here expecting us to request covers of things that they could play, and we requested nothing but Shocker songs.
Yeah, man. We listened to. I personally have probably listened to more Shocker this year than any other band. Period.
They got a heavy Motorhead vibe. That would be like having Lemmy play at your bachelor party and be like, "Hey, dude, could you cover the Ramones?"
Right.
Fuck you, I can play it, but you realize I'm fucking Lemmy, right?
I am a Ramones. I love the Ramones, though, man.
Hashtag me too.
We sang Blitzkrieg Boot last
Yes,
night.
I did.
I forgot about that shit.
Yeah.
We were just
no microphone, just screaming it out.
Blitzkrieg Boot.
So it was kind of a black metal version of Blitzkrieg Bop.
It was pretty fun.
Which is even funnier for some of those cats in the black metal scene that Joey Ramone is Jewish.
Ooh.
Oy vey.
I always thought Joey reminded me of Howard Stern.
Yeah, they were body doubles for a while.
Yeah, isn't that funny?
Yeah.
I thought...
Which is why Howard Stern didn't like punk rock, but he liked the Ramones. One, because of the New York thing, and two, because he looked just like fucking Joey Ramone. So how can he shit on somebody he looks like?
He really did look like one of them, Howard Ramone.
Which, one of the best episodes of Howard Stern, to me, was when that Ramones came in there and the Ramones called in.
Yeah.
Marky was called in and started trash talking Joey, and Howard's like, "Hey, you guys are my heroes. I can't believe this. Let me call Joey." He had fucking Joey Ramone's cell phone number.
Wow.
And he's like, "Hey, Joey, it's Howard." He's like, "Hey, Howard." And then Marky was on there. He's like, "You lied about me in your book." And then Joey's like, "Howard, he's just mad because he's bald. He's bald. He doesn't even wear a wig. It's a toupee." It's pure comedy gold.
I haven't heard that.
Oh, yeah.
I've missed that. I listened to a lot of Howard Stern, too, man. I mean, being in radio is just kind of a given that I'm into that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Howard Stern was one of my idols growing up.
Yeah, I know that. Like the Glitter Squirrels, right? We did. You did a
John
segment
reminds me a lot.
If I may.
Let's hear this.
They said no one could be more obnoxious than Bob and Tom, or more obscene than Howard Stern. They have not heard the Glitter Squirrels.
I love
Glitter
it.
Squirrels
I love
live
it.
commercial.
You know, John reminds me a lot of Howard Stern.
That's funny.
Like, he's got that Howard Stern approach. Bro, I'm going to tell you what.
Shout out to John, too, man.
John brought it when we did that show with Hashing It Out.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, my God, dude. That was the most... That was the most animated that I've seen John.
I haven't tuned in and seen that one yet. That one's out, isn't it?
Yeah, it's out.
I haven't checked it out, man.
Yeah, that one's...
I need to catch up on that
cool
one.
Show.
I haven't seen that one. I haven't listened to when I called in to Hashing It Out.
Really?
When I was asked like 3 questions or some shit?
Yeah.
I haven't heard that one yet.
That one was fun, man.
I've just been busy as fuck, man. I try to listen to stuff, and the thing is not that I probably haven't turned it on.
Right.
I probably turned it on and then got busy as shit, and it played all the way through as I was doing something.
Well, that's the difference between hearing and listening.
Yeah,
Heard it, you just didn't listen.
Yeah, I haven't got to listen to it then.
And I think with a lot of the stuff that I've been introduced to, I probably heard it, but I was driving or
that's how I am with
sitting
all
at the
of it.
desk or something, and it just didn't register.
I always throw it on, man, but it don't mean I'm actually tuned into it a lot because I got to do my everyday ordinary stuff.
Well, when I listen to Hand Nicked or This Week in SkullFace, I'm usually find myself like waiting in the driveway for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, so you can catch a little bit of
and
it.
then, and then there's a pretty Chinese lady with a very angry face looking out the window like, why you not come in? Why you not come inside?
You always listen to this Nick niggle by.
Who does Nick?
Me niggle by.
Who is that?
He's gonna get on there and she's gonna be like, "Oh, I'm American. I'm Nick. Look at my big old turds on my head. I like food.
I am American. I like to eat food.
I'm American.
I love to eat sugar.
I love sugar. I love food."
Speaking of turds on your head, I am dressing up as Nick Himes for Halloween.
I'm actually flattered that in 2020, finally, the best costume ever, the Nick Himes.
Slim, if I come into the studio Sunday night and I see you standing in front of the bathroom mirror with a Nick wig on, rubbing yourself in peanut butter, saying, "Would you fuck me? I'd fuck me.
I'd fuck me.
I'm gonna take pictures and laugh, but it'll still be cool.
He's like, would Nick fuck me?
I'd fuck me hard.
Nick, would you fuck me? You know I would, dude. He wouldn't be rubbing peanut butter on it. He'd be turning himself into a payday, and then I couldn't resist him. He would be a super king size payday, baby.
He's the crunchy boy.
Or if, as Juicy Jimmy would say, let me get a bottle of Ripple and a bucket of KFC. And we'll have a
Hot damn,
We'll have a
boys.
fucking good time. Shout out to Juicy Jimmy.
Yeah.
I feel like on Hand Nicked Halloween Eve, it's almost like this is like a holiday show, and I'm just saying hi to a lot of my fucking people that I care about around the world. Yeah.
I wish that like if anybody's tuned in and listening.
Nobody is, so don't even talk to them.
I mean, they are tuned in.
I'm just
I see them on Facebook.
Why don't you give us a call?
Won't you give us a call if you're out there?
Give us a
Lord
call
Thaddeus
You
out
guys want to
there.
give us a little call? We'll talk to you there.
859-588-6456.
If you want to
You
even
can share your feelings with us.
feelings or a song you want to
Slim's
hear.
been sharing his feelings with Lord Thaddeus, and Lord Thaddeus has been saying, DJ Slim, the only thing you lack here is confidence. And when you have more confidence, then you will perform better.
Look
and
into
when
the
you
mirror and
perform
say,
better,
you are special.
you are special.
You are smart. You can do it.
You're
You are
fabulous.
You are fabulous.
Fabulous.
Fabuloso. Let's listen to another song real quick, guys. I'm going to
Okay.
toot my own horn.
I don't want to come out here and blow my own horn. I don't want to toot my own horn, but toot, toot.
This song ends abruptly. I could say it was because of genius happening, some crazy thing to do with like the number that it stops on or something. But I just fucked up the outro real bad, and I was like, man, I'm tired. I don't want to fuck with it no more. And I'm just that type of dude that I when I'm done with it. So I just cut it,
Yeah.
and it works.
Okay.
This is Nick. This is off of my album, Just a Phase.
Okay.
A lot of you motherfuckers out there bought it or got it. I took a bunch of pictures of it, made a little video, man. You guys
I
can
got
find
it.
that on YouTube. Yeah. Slim bought it. 8 Up Records. Shout out to 8 Up Records. Shout out to Sam King. Shout out to Jason Poe. They fucking promoted the shit out of my acoustic folk album, Just a Phase, and I can't appreciate you guys enough. And then I re-released it through SkullFace Records, and then again, everybody kind of was there for it. And it's
Someday that will be a collector's item.
I hope so.
The 8 Up Records version of Just a Phase.
Yeah, man. It was overwhelming, man. Like I said, people bought it from 16 different countries.
Yeah.
From all over the United States.
Yeah.
Basically, the only place they didn't buy it from was like here,
Yeah.
except for like my friends.
Well, we all heard it too.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
I had it on Facebook
Forever.
forever.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it was one of those songs.
Well, it's because I released it and then released the videos, but 8 Up actually, I
Yeah.
released the record just through them.
Let me stroke your ego for a second,
Okay.
because I'm done stroking
I'm ready.
more than his ego, but I was stroking Slim's ego.
Hey,
Thank you.
It's payday.
Just a Phase is one of those songs like Stay Free by The Clash or When the Angel Sings by Social Distortion that you just feel in your balls.
Yeah.
Like
Appreciate
it's Stay Free by The Clash. That song sums up being young so well for me that I have a hard time listening to it.
Yeah.
Because I legitimately feel sad, and it's a great fucking song. And Just a Phase teeters on that too.
Yeah, Just a Phase, the actual song, is really, really honest.
Yeah,
It's how I feel.
yeah,
It was my true emotion right there. And for the most part, it's almost like Bible verse to me.
yeah. I think every musician can relate to that song.
Yeah.
The whole, at least what I picked out of it, it's just a phase. You'll grow out of it, and when it's part of who you are,
Yeah, it's not
even when you
happening.
stop doing it, you're just committing suicide with your creative soul.
I was told a lot by people who care, because the way they care is to get someone to focus on a career.
Yeah.
that maybe pays more.
Yeah.
That's more delivering right there in that moment. 2 weeks from now, here you go. Here's what you got for this past 2 weeks.
Yeah.
What I do, if I never get paid physically out of it, what it's did for me and people around me, mentally and emotionally, is worth more than any amount of money that you can put on anything to me.
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
know? Like I don't care about that shit.
Well, Odin has blessed me to be able to work and make music.
Amen.
So that's fucking awesome. So shout out to Odin for that. I'm gonna give Satan a little bit of credit too. Just, you know, he's a great PR man.
Amen.
Well, let's hear the fucking song, man.
Well, all right. Well, let's do it back to back real quick, man. So I'll let my DJ set it up. I'm going to start it out with Nick, Echo Screams, and then as soon as it clicks off abruptly, I want to hear Just a Phase. Is that cool with you, Slim?
That's fine with me.
Boom. We'll be right back, dude. SkullFace Records Radio, Hand Nicked, Lord Thaddeus, DJ Slim, DJ's texting. You're always texting, Slim. Quit texting all them bitches. SkullFace Records Radio.
Double shot.
SkullFace Records Radio.
SkullFace Records.
They told me that it'd be this way. I said that you were lying. But now all my friends are gone and never said my good thing. I don't, or at least I'm having this on. Lord, I hope you grow up one day. Told me this was all just a phase. Never would have trusted the teaching of the schools. After all these years, I wonder who is the fool. I think I didn't believe the lies. Through other ways I will try. Lord, I hope you grow up one day. Tell me this was all just a phase. Took in all the dirty looks that mirrored every face. They kick out of your shit, you can have a taste. Good thing I don't, or at least I haven't this long. Lord, I hope you grow up one day. Told me this was just a phase. Lord, I hope you grow up one day. Told me this was just a phase. Told me this was just a phase. It's just a phase. Get a fucking job. It's just a phase. Who do you think you are? You're fucking miserable. Told me this was just a phase. Don't worry, it's just a phase. He'll grow out of it.
Hey man, I'm just saying, you ain't gotta listen to the radio just when you're in your freaking car, man. You can listen to SkullFace. I mean, shit, when you're in the kitchen, when you're making whoopee with your wife. I mean, the possibilities are endless. SkullFace Records Radio. Good. All the time.
Living with the feelings bruised, seemingly overused. Can't help but echo screams. What does this all mean? Some people shine, but it's only in their mind. And the brightness isn't true, and we all see through. Some people whine, and they will until they die. Always seeing blue, and believing it's not true. Living with the feelings bruised, seemingly overused. Can't help but echo screams. What does this all mean? Please never ignore the abuse.
that one in my balls.
It is fun to hear, man. That was one of my weirdest songs too, man. I just came up with a really easy riff, and then I just started adding fun shit.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna add this track and it's gonna be fun. Then when I do the bass, I'm just gonna walk this bass the whole time. Boom, 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 boom.
SkullFace Records.
Radio. SkullFace Records fucking radios in this bitch by us, motherfuckers. We're all over this bitch. Then Hand Nic'ed has been fun. It's been the Halloween edition. We might hop back on here and do another show, but we are going to regroup and we're going to call this one a night. I appreciate Lord Thaddeus being a part of this show.
Well, Lord Thaddeus has one task before we sign off.
Oh, he has to drink the menstrual blood of Winchester.
Yes. I was back in my temporary office in Nick's closet, and I'm plugging myself up, and I'm getting ready to record Romance for Guitar number 666, and in comes the DJ Slim.
Ooh,
I look up from my perch.
Oh?
In his hand, he holds a bottle of red potion.
Red potion.
I say, "What is this?" He says, "I have presented to you the menstrual blood of a gas station attendant."
And
he said,
woman menstrual blood.
He said, JKLOL, it's cherry flavored L8, but we're calling it menstrual blood flavored L8.
Okay.
For the sake of the.
Is this your first time of drinking this? Possibly?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So
I gave it a little.
taste.
I gave it a little sniff.
Oh, we're gonna do a taste test.
You got to sniff it before you taste it.
Here we go. Here it is. It's in his mouth. What about
it's all right.
It's not bad.
Yeah. Not bad. It tastes like the cherry flavor part of a cherry Coke.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever, when you were a kid, did you ever just drink the juice out of a maraschino cherry?
Yeah, sure.
All the time. That it's this.
Boom.
They probably just took the
You ripped it off.
Yeah.
We're not thinking of much.
I don't think there's any L8 in this. I think it's just maraschino syrup.
That's hilarious.
Slightly carbonated.
Yeah, that's a good guess. We could write them in and ask them.
I'm going to finish it.
I want to do a tour anyway, though.
I would love to.
So I'm going to do a back-to-back real quick, man, as we're going out of here, man, and telling everybody good night. The last one I'm going to do, the second song, I'm going to go ahead and toot the horn. It was the first video that you did for me.
Yes.
It's the Black and Blue song. Whoop. So I'm going to throw that on because we can probably put that on the video when it goes on YouTube.
Technically, that was my drummer, RTX.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh.
But I was there, too.
Oh,
so was Reverend Fu Manchu.
All three of them.
Yes.
It was an orgy. It was an orgy of
madness.
Ideas and madness. Before that, though, I'm going to play it with a real good friend of mine, man. And he's going to be in the studio for Sin City Fall. It's Brian Himes. We're going to hear the song called Castle, and then we're going to hear the backup beatdowns.
Friend of yours. I think he's your cousin.
He might be my kissing cousin.
You blood.
I don't know about all that.
Might be your country cousin.
I think, bro.
We might be family.
How many Himeses do you know? Seriously.
6.
And he was related to 4 of them.
You're right. Yeah, he might be, man. He might be a family. I'll claim him for sure, because that dude can play some tunes, man. And he can write a melody, he can sing, he can fucking whistle, stomp.
And I don't mean to toot Nick's horn here, but Nick is adding another Himes to the family tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, man. We're getting married. This is the last Hand Nick with me being a Fonse. I'm going to be a
Fonse.
I'll be a married man.
You'll be a husband on the next one.
A husband, baby.
If anybody asks, he is being married by the Church of Northern Light.
Mm-hmm.
That is a church that has one member that I invented 3 days ago.
Amen. And we're out, guys. Hand Nic'ed, SkullFace Records Radio.
Double shot.
SkullFace Records Radio.
Been checking her out like she was a rump roast. Better fix your eyes in another direction with that dog direction. I love my girl, she's looking real good. You better bow 'cause she is a queen. In the castle, peaceful, down to office. I love her, my baby, wipe away her tears. Castle, they fall, you know it's alright. I hold her tenderly all through the night. Nightclub life, dressed like like a hooker who wants to be a wife. Look at all the other women up and down. All that makeup ain't gonna hide your frown. I love my girl, she's looking real good. You better bow 'cause she's a queen. In the castle, the peaceful, no doubts obvious. Love my baby, wipe away her tears. Castle, baby, oh, you know it's alright. Hold her tenderly all through the night. Hey, hey. Well, I love my girl, she's looking real good. You better bow 'cause she's a queen. In the castle, peaceful, no doubts obvious. Love of my baby, wipe away her tears. Castle, baby, oh, you know it's alright. Hold her tenderly, baby, all through the night. All through the night, baby. Yeah.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Evan Smith, drummer for the Back Up Beat Downs. You're listening to SkullFace Records Radio. Don't let your mom catch it.
Gotta slow down. Remember to enjoy life. Singing it loud. Never selfish, but taking my bite. Beat on your chest, so proud. Impressed by the courage that you found. Do another thing right in your fight to never lose sight. Why never lose sight? Punching and screaming, you were told to be leaving. Now I'm bobbing and weaving your brain like you can't blame anyone but you. You through times two, fuck you, and you're through. And I'll be left black and blue. Black and blue. Black and blue. Take a seat, sir. Would you like a little water? Life seems legit, but rough around the collars. Showing off what you got all around town, slipping, flipping all upside down. Know what's your best side, or don't waste our fucking time. Now punching and screaming, you were told to be leaving. Now I'm bobbing and weaving your brain lame. I can't blame anyone